There's a lot of games out there these days that just look so majestic and mechanically works well. Wizard101 is quite far from that. It's not to say that it's a bad game or anything, it's just an old game that could use some tweaks or improvements here and there to make it better like any other game. So with that said, I'd like to talk about a few things I would like for Wizard101. This edition, I'm pretty sure everybody would be happy with, because I know quite a few people who were 10 years old and named themselves after a certain animal or a popular YouTuber. I wasn't really one of them, but I do feel bad because players had only one shot at naming their characters. At the start, when you chose a name for that character, you were locked in for life. It's almost like when you were a little kid and you got picked on for doing something stupid and everybody called you a nickname you didn't like. It just kinda stuck. Even now, new players who made their first characters still regret the names they chose, thinking they might have a chance to change it later on. The ability to control minions would be pretty nice. By definition, the main purpose of a minion is for it to serve under you and follow your orders. However, in Wizard101, these minions do whatever the f they want. They aren't really minions, they're more like allies. Sometimes dumb allies. It's kinda great though that you can summon friends who don't talk back and do their own thing. But what isn't great though is when they ruin the battle when they use spells at the wrong place at the wrong time. I do understand though that this can be somewhat overpowered in some senses where it is against players, but with the ability to have minions actually help you, whether it is to heal or buff you, I believe is a great addition. Now, pink isn't my favorite color by any stretch of the imagination. However, I do understand other people like that certain color, but from my understanding, for a long time now, if you were a male wizard, you couldn't go to the dye shop to dye your gear pink. This is a relatively small change, but I do believe it is necessary for anyone that likes that certain color. Although this does somewhat make sense, I've never actually seen anyone wear a pink shirt or pink pants in real life. Besides certain events, of course. Maybe on rare occasions, but then again, this is a magical wizarding world of giants, dragons, and NPCs who don't contribute anything except the conversation. Some people might disagree with this, and I don't really understand why. I for one would like a world that isn't nighttime, like Marleybone. Seriously though, are all the dogs in Marleybone nocturnal or do they never sleep? Mainly, I think Wizard City could use a day and night cycle since after all, it is the starting area. The Commons kinda reminds me of a roach infestation that's only active during the day, whereas real life roaches come out at night. It's a disgusting analogy, I know, but it had to be said because of the many people there, they beg for items and a significant other. Now I do understand the limitations of this game, but I'm pretty sure the developers can make this happen. If we take a look at other MMOs, most of them have a day and night cycle. It doesn't really serve a purpose gameplay wise, but for immersion it really helps a lot. I remember back then we had this sponsored event by Serena Williams, or whatever her name is. Selena Gomez. Anyway, to give you a little backstory, she was and still is an active songwriter and singer, at least according to Google. If we can't trust Google on anything, then who can we trust? Bing? So she had this one song called Ring Around the Rosie, and it later led to her collaboration with King's Isle for this event. The event involved a new area at the time known as Crab Alley, where you had to save Selena from a perverted hermit crab. If the player completed the quest in Crab Alley, they received 2 furniture items, a portrait and statue of Selena. I myself still have them. I probably should make an army out of them and call them the Terracotta Singers. Now, as far as I know, this was really the only event involving a celebrity. The only other celebrity was Nick Jonas, and yes, he did do the music for Wintertusk's Grizzleheim, if you didn't know. Anyway, if you want to visit him, to this day, he still remains in Grizzleheim, orchestrating and conducting an invisible band. I want to thank you all for subscribing because it really does mean a lot to me. I'm not only growing as a content creator, but a video editor as well. As much as I would like to keep making Wizard101 videos, I've been thinking of streaming and making videos on other games as well. And maybe make a Let's Play or two. Anyway, with that, take care and see you guys.